Hi, my name is Abinawa, and if you want the latest sports updates, then you gotta watch Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV.
Hello! Greetings. Wherever you find yourself. Another beautiful Monday, fantastic Monday, extraordinary Monday, international Monday. I'm laughing like the laugher. If you know, you know. Yes, if you know. If you know, you know. Monday be at the party. Welcome once again to Sports Chat with Dasilva, yes, on Richmond TV, your home of authentic sports updates, tidbits around the world of sports. This is the place to be. Don't get it twisted. It's another Monday, as I earlier said. Welcome to Sports Chat. Today, we are coming to have a discussion about what happened during the weekend, the AFCON, tidbits around the world of sports, and news from everywhere, every corner. We will bring it. As always, Richmond TV, we always bring in the best technical and tactical pundits to the studio to have such discussion. Tonight, joining me in the studio tonight is a very, very good friend of mine, a schoolmate to be precise, an accountant. Tax season is around the corner. See me in chambers. He got you. A professional man indeed. A satisfied accountant. Without much ado, let me welcome Biaro into the studio of Richmond TV. Biaro, welcome.
Thank you, Dasilva, for welcoming me to the Richmond TV show today. Viewers, thank you for joining us. We are here to bring you tidbit around the world. What is going on with the current sports situation in Africa and the EPL as well. So we have a lot to discuss with you. Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you, Biaro, for taking time off your busy schedule to join us. Let me go to my second panelist. He is Mr. Fifi Blankson, a lover of the game. He loved the game. A sports person, of course, one of the biggest Manchester United fan. Almost share back one pay a Jesse if not just in one share. Anyways, Fifi Blankson, welcome to Richmond TV.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, audience, for joining the show. This has been an amazing, encounter. When Dasilva reached out to me, I was like, look, hey, count me in. We're proud to bring you our thoughts and our minds and our opinions. Like you said, at the end of the day, it's an opinion that we're giving about the sports world. So after that, we'll open it up. But I want you guys to make sure, look, you go ahead after this, or even whilst you're watching this, go ahead and subscribe to Richmond TV. Go ahead and subscribe to Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV. Don't even hesitate. Whilst you're doing that, put money next to that so he knows that, because of me, that's why you subscribe. All right, Pope, thank you for having me. I'm excited. I have a lot to give. Let's do this.
Thank you very much, Fifi Blankson, for joining us tonight. And we have the last panelist. This is the Kevin of Kelvin. Kelvin is also a soccer player, and Kelvin is fortunate. He's good luck. He has luck. I can only play. I can keep. But Kelvin can play, and he can also play as a goalkeeper. a very good soccer player, a lover of the game. They say any team I don't want to add that, but he supports a team that likes blue. He will say it himself when he joined. Calvin, welcome to Richmond TV.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Hello, viewers. Like I said, this opportunity came down when Coach asked us to join. We're all lovers of the game, so we're all here to kind of give our opinion on what we see and what we think based on what's happening in the sports world. So don't hesitate. Like you said, we're on Sports Chat with Dasilva. Like, share, subscribe to Richmond TV. I do like a team that we won't mention today. As you can see, everybody's wearing the jersey proudly. I am not. I will no longer be wearing that jersey until there are changes in the building, and we will leave that to a later chat. But thank you, viewers, for watching, and just stay tuned for what I have to say because I need to get this off my chest.
All right. Thank you, honorable gentlemen, for joining us. Once again, this is Sports Chat with Dasilva live on Richmond TV. Thank you for joining. Quickly, let me go ahead. So, the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations is still going on. The giants have been separated from the dwarfs. Yes, the giants have been separated from the dwarfs. It is at the semi-final stage now. 4 teams left. It's coming on this Wednesday. Let me give you the results of the quarterfinals. So, Nigeria's Super Eagles, the Flying Eagles, the Eagles are still flying very high. They beat Angola by 1-0. Democratic Republic of Congo also beat Guinea by 3-1. Mali and the Elephants of La Côte d'Ivoire, after settling for 1-1 during regular time, it went all the way to extra time, and Côte d'Ivoire added 1 to it at the dying embers of the extra time to make it 2-1 in favor of the Ivorians. The Cape Verde, I always want to call them Black Stars Masters, also settled for a pulsating goalless draw, and it went to penalty shootout. And the hero of the night, yes, the goalkeeper and the captain of the South African national team, Williams, carried them through to the semi-finals on penalties as they won by 2-1, with Williams saving 4 of the penalty kicks. Wow. Vero, what are your intake on the quarterfinal matches so far played at the AFCON?
Yeah, the quarterfinal matches were intriguing, and looking at the surprises that we saw on the pitch, and you saw that each of the team came to win. And for example, when you watch the Cape Verde and South Africa match, you saw that the Cape Verdes, when it got to the penalty shootout, due to inexperience, it was an easy. The goalkeeper didn't save any difficult penalty. They played the ball right into his hand, so I think they got lucky. The goalkeeper, after penalty, it can go any way. It could be any team could be lucky and carry the day. So, but then we'll give the credit to the goalkeeper. At least he has tried. But I don't think those were some serious penalty. Nigeria game was entertaining. You could see that the Lookman was the shining star in that team, and he didn't disappoint. He pushed them through to the semifinals. Ivory Coast, oh my goodness. They did extremely well. I mean, with a man down, red card in the 43rd minute or so, they were able to hold their counterpart, and Guinea could have taken the lead, because they squandered some me and you, opportunities that they could have easily converted and carried the day, but they couldn't. But Ivory Coast, the fans too behind them also gave them it was like it gave them a third engine, and those young boys, um, Dinga and the Uma Diakite. I mean, and when you look at the setup, they changed. Most Orie was benched. A lot of the players were benched. So we give props to the coach. Then there's hope for the African coaches, because if you see the first game, second game, and Ivory Coast was at the verge of being kicked out of the tournament, and they make the changes by bringing an African coach who knows the boys, he knows the strength of each boys, and we saw how he was able to turn the team around, and they were able to, now they're going to the semi-final. So they are not a good side, but I think luck was on their side. Yeah, and the final game, that was between uh, uh, I think DR Congo and Mali, right? DR Congo, they played well. I'm tipping them. They could, put some surprise. So hopefully, but I don't want to say anything here, but I wish no some other teams to win the tournament. All right, I yield.
All right, all right, all right. Yes, Biero is saying something that he doesn't want. So, viewers, we all understand what Biero is trying to say. Fifi, what about your intake about the quarterfinal so far?
All right. So thank you for the opportunity. But the first one, Cape Verde versus South Africa. As Bureau was saying, Cape Verde looked like they were in a position that they were playing careful. They were playing. They didn't play like the way they played against us and Mozambique. They were playing careful because it was like let's just manage the game and let's try and see if we can catch South Africa on a few counters. The whole game, South Africa was the most dangerous. I mean, the whole game. The South Africa was the one that was very active, that was pushing. I'm actually very surprised. The South African team that I remember with the Vuvuzelas and stuff like that is not the same team now. They actually have like a certain, their pattern of plays, like long balls and then a little in between.
Fifi, I think we lost Fifi. We lost you. Is Fifi back? Fifi, we can hear you. Fifi, we still cannot hear you. Viewers, I think we are having some technical challenges. Calvin, take over. What do you think about the quarterfinals? Your intake about the quarterfinals that was played?
Thank you, Coach. So I think it was a very entertaining quarterfinals. I do want to kind of spotlight two games. Cape Verde and South Africa is one, and Ivory Coast and I believe Mali is the other. So for the Cape Verde and South Africa, like you said, both of these teams we have history with. I know South Africa, by the way, I'm a Ghanaian, if the viewers want to know. South Africa, we had a whole bunch of controversy when it came to our World Cup qualifier. Was it a penalty? Was it not? They had a whole petition they had to replayed and everything. But it's just funny to see two teams that want our downfall to be in the same game playing against each other. But to kind of piggyback on what Fifi was saying, watching the game, South Africa is a very sneaky team. They have talent in the right places. They have pace in the right places, and they play very. It's tactically. It's a tactical. I call it chaos and tactics. They play it in a very chaotic, tactical way. So they're a very difficult team to dissect if you're not careful with them. right? Cape Verde is a very organized team. And as you can see, the game was very back and forth. And until the very end, Cape Verde had a chance to win the game. The striker was on goal. And like you said, goalkeeper made an amazing save. Both goalkeepers actually made an amazing save. The South African goalkeeper made an amazing save to save the game, to make the game go to extra time. And then the Cape Verdean goalkeeper made an amazing save to save it to go to penalties. Now, when it came to penalties, as a person that's played goalkeeper before, there's literally three. Now, like you said, I think my mastermind said the same thing. Penalties is almost a probability game, right? Because it's left, middle, and right. But as a goalkeeper, you're not necessarily sure, but you know at some point the probability of the ball going to one of these spots is very high. So Williams is very smart. When we were watching the game, I was saying it. He went the same place 3 times because what you're telling the players is, I dove here once. Let's just say that they scored. They went the other way. I've dove here once. Not all, but somebody will think, if you've gone here once and he's gotten beta, maybe I should go to this way because he's going to move. No, he went the same place again. He went the same place 3 times because all the players were thinking, I've gone here once. I'm going to go somewhere else because there's no way he thinks I'm going to come there again. So as a goalkeeper, maybe I'm not a professional. You don't have to listen to me. But as a goalkeeper, it's best to dive the same place every single time because somebody will play it there no matter what. It's 5 penalties. Obidi Bako Becho. That's what we call it. Somebody will play it there. So that goalkeeper did very, very well. Like, he played it exceptionally well. He went to the same place 3 times. And then once you get there, you have to make the save. That's the point. So he also, the first one actually almost went under him. I thought it was going to go in, but he played it very well. That was a very entertaining game. Ivory Coast, what a story. Firing your coach on the first game of the tournament, just letting your coach go to kind of going battling all the way to this stage, tying the game at the end of the match. You're getting a goal in extra time. The player celebrating, and then for him to get sent off. Oh, come on. What an entertaining game. That's an entertaining game. Nigeria has been a favorite in the tournament since every other team has been knocked out. I think they're the highest rated left. And Congo, which is I'm guessing the darling of the story right now. At this point, what it's looking like, last time Nigeria won the tournament was 13 years ago. It's been 13 years since they won a tournament, and this is their 13th year. So if we're following history, this seems like the best chance for Nigeria to win the tournament. Now they're going up against South Africa. They should be a favorite. Uh, um, and if they play according to their standards, I believe that they will win that game. And I believe that they will meet Ivory Coast in the finals. Now, last time we met Ivory Coast, hopefully they do the same thing to them as they did to us. They hold them and then they beat them in penalties. So that's my hope. That's what I hope is going to happen. But at this point, it looks like Nigeria has the clearest path to claiming an AFCON. And I don't know if we will discuss the state of our country, but they need to learn from Nigeria, the people that we're always competing with, no matter what. They shut down their football program and redid it from the start because they were not getting the results they wanted. Something similar needs to happen within our nation because they need to understand that we have different languages, different tribes, different religions, different ethnic backgrounds, different locations of living in the entire world. We all work different jobs. We have different statuses. But when it comes to Ghana football, we are all on one side. So they need to do something so that our country, we can sit together and be proud as a nation, because that's the one thing that unites us as a nation. So please, something needs to happen with our federation. We can't sit here and watch all these other countries succeeding. These small countries, we can't beat Mozambique. We can't beat Cape Verde. Like, this is not the state that we want to be in. But congratulations to all the 4 teams that are left in the tournament. Wish them all best of luck. May the best team win. So with that being said, I would like to relinquish my turn, and hopefully Fifi's back from technical difficulties to continue what he was saying.
Yes, so Fifi is back. Yes, as he was giving a technical analysis of the South African game. But thank you both, all the three of you, for your submission. And yes, so as Kevin said, something needs to be done. We've already done that topic, but let me just give it 60 seconds. So everybody know Black Star is not a coaching problem. So come this 14th of February, some serious Ghanaian journalists have got a permit from the Ghana Police Service to do a peaceful walk. Yes, 14th of February. Peaceful walk to the ministry, National Sports Authority, Ghana Football Association, trying to tell them some of the problems that they think. And I think it is something, if you are in Ghana, you have the time, please, as Kevin said, if football bring us together, join them. It will start off at Opera. It will be at Opera Sport. Yes, Opera Sport. 9 a.m. Ghana time. Yes, 9 a.m. Ghana time. And it says, Save Ghana Football Protest. 14th February, Wednesday. Starting point, Opera Sport. 9 a.m. sharp. Now, 4 teams have made it to the semi-finals, which is Nigeria, South Africa, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, and the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. Calvin, out of these 4 teams, okay, let me just take the first semi-finals, Nigeria and South Africa. Who do you think is going to win? Democratic Republic of Congo. Who do you think is going to win? I think previously you said you think Nigeria is going to win, but tactically, the South Africans against the Super Flying Girls of Nigeria. Calvin, how do you see this match tactically? Who is the strongest coach of them all?
So tactically speaking, I believe that, believe it or not, I believe South Africa has an advantage to tactically. The problem comes with is the players. Because if you watch South Africa play, like I said, it's a chaotic tactical game. They play chaotic, but it's not chaos. It's a directed chaos, right? They press when they need to, and then they move when they need to. If you really watch them play, they fly forward when they need to fly forward, and then they just when it comes to the balls in their half, they just swarm. So they have this tactical chaos when they play with, which I actually like because they actually have some skilled players up front that can actually control the ball and find players. Now, most of the problem that I'm going to mention is pretty much every African team in the nation, except maybe the Algerians. All of them actually have this issue where the final third, if they have a chance to pass the ball and they're maybe 2 steps outside the box, they decide to shoot the ball, and most of them don't have that sort of well. There's been a lot of long range goals in the AFCON. So usually that's kind of the issue that I've been seeing with most teams in terms of decision making. But with Nigeria, they have the star power, right? They have the players. They have the actual names. They have the structure. They have players that are known in Europe, right? So when it comes to that, will the South Africans respect the Nigerians because of who they're playing, or will they just head down? Because right now they play Cape Verde. They're not really in. They don't really have any player that's playing abroad or anything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
coming to play Osman, which is linked with a lot of the big teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, they're linked with a lot of big teams. That's $100 million striker, so quote unquote. Will they also just put their head down and play the way they play, or would they kind of show too much respect to to them? So tactically speaking, I give the edge to South Africa, but as you said, tactics can only take you so far. The game is played on the pitch, and players are the ones that play the game. So with that being said, will we will the Nigerian players actually be able to play according to their standards in terms of what they do when they're not playing for the team compared to South Africa, which has a team full of locals? Ghana, take note, they have a team full of locals. So that may be to the advantage. The quote unquote, we don't know any better. We're just gonna play and play our game compared to the team that's basically built from European stars. So tactically, I would give my edge to South Africa. But like I said, the players, Osimhen, there's just players Moses, they have Iwobi, they have Lukman, they just have some names, right? So that may give them the edge just in terms of chances. I think soccer, a lot of these games come to chances. Football, when you were watching, if you get a chance here, can you score or not? So these chances, I think that these players that have done it, been there, done that, will be able to put some of these chances away. And I think that that may be enough for Nigeria to advance to the finals. When it comes to Ivory Coast versus Congo, I just think that this is just a story you can't write. You fire your coach the first game of the tournament, then you consistently begin to make changes with an African coach, like you said, the African coach that know these players, that know what these players can do, putting in players that know that they are going to bleed and die for the badge, not players that are playing from Europe and think they deserve to be there because they have a name. No, playing these players that know they're going to die for the badge, tactically switching it up. That's just a story you can't write. I just believe that with them being at home and with the momentum they have, I don't think that they are ready to go home. So, with that being said, I think that the final will be Ivory Coast versus Nigeria. I believe that that will be the final. And at the final, my head is telling me Nigeria, but Lord, I hope Ivory Coast wins the tournament. Because if Nigeria wins the tournament, that what they're telling us is not good. They are going to buy us and make us a 37 state. This is not what a Ghanaian wants to hear. But at the end of the day, like you said, congratulations to all the teams that have been here, have played, have gotten to this point. And if I have, like you said, to summarize my results, I believe that Nigeria is going to win against South Africa. I believe Ivory Coast is going to win against Congo, and I believe it will be Ivory Coast versus Nigeria in the finals. And I think I think Nigeria is going to take the AFCON. That's
Calvin thinks Nigeria are going to take the AFCON, so he believes it is going to be two West African countries at the 34th edition of the AFCON at the finals, and he predicts Nigeria to win it. And of course, he said something which I agree 100% with him about the tactical approach of the South Africans. They have a lot of players from the current CAF presidents, Team Musepe, Sundowns, and the telepathic understanding, the chemistry is so good that it will be difficult. They play with a pattern, and I think that is what the trump card. I strongly believe if Nigeria is not careful, these South Africans can go ahead and head them. And with Cote d'Ivoire, yes, they have the 12th man, the number 12 in terms of the home supporters are behind them. So I believe that it will be the same. But don't forget, the dark horses, Democratic Republic of Congo, they can do something. They can surprise us all. Biero, your intake about the upcoming semi-finals, and who do you think will eventually win the 34th edition of the AFCON?
I'm gonna be biased here. I'll go with DR Congo. I believe DR Congo can win it. If you look at the intensity, the resilience, the mental fortitude that they have, I believe they can pull surprise. Let's not write them off. They can win it. The game, like Kevin rightly said, tactically, the South Africans, they're good. You could see the wingers. They have some of the guys who can, control the balls, run with the ball, in case of free kicks here and there. But the Nigeria team, they are star-studded. And looking at the team, they are ready to play. They don't care whether they play in Europe. They are ready to win the cup for Nigeria. So that is one of the things that I've seen when they see Victor Osimhen, how he's pushing Iona, Oyinka, Lookman, the defender, they are all playing like they want to win. So Nigerians, they are also in the Ivory Coast. They got lucky. I'll say they got lucky. The home support too. They're not really, my favorite in the tournament. I was thinking Senegal will win the game. When I saw the first two games, the way they played, I was thinking that Senegal could win it back to back. But They were surprised that they lost against um, Ivory Coast. I think they didn't play their best game with Ivory Coast, but Ivory Coast had the home support behind them that energized them to win. But with DR Congo, I'm
Right.
sure they have seen it all. They've seen it all. They've been at war in their country, so they are coming there with their guns, their cannon, everything. I'm not these people, these boys. I believe them. They're going to die on the pitch that day, and I'm expecting them to win. Yeah, so my team is DR Congo. Yeah, 100%. I'm behind them. So I mean, we are in for a
Guerrero
surprise.
said his team is Democratic Republic of Congo, the former Zaire. Yes, he thinks they will win
That's
it.
right.
Fifi, what about you?
Ooh.
Fifi, we can hear you. Okay. I think we are having challenges with Fifi, your son. Fifi, check your son. So I think we have had enough of the AFCON. So Wednesday we'll see the semi-finals. Who will qualify to the finals? South Africa, Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, or the Ivorians. Time will tell. Quickly, let's switch on to the German Bundesliga. So there were some matches played over the weekend. FC Cologne beat Eintracht Frankfurt 2-0 at their own backyard. Yes, Cologne won that match. Bayern Munich, after getting that scary, going down the first goal, but they rose to the occasion. Freiburg could not withstand the strength of Stuttgart. They lost by 3-1. And of course, Bayer Leverkusen also won by 4-0. Calvin, do you think Alonso is doing some magic in the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen and the results that came in over the weekend? What do you make of it? And do you think Bayer Leverkusen are going to break something and win the Bundesliga this time around?
Well, it's looking very much like it. Alonso is the hottest manager on the market right now. I am putting my bid in. I will send my $20 to Chelsea for them to go and fly this man from Germany to the UK, because what he's doing with Bayern Leverkusen is amazing. I watched him tactically, and it's just he's doing this thing where it's just beautiful to watch, where people are innovating the game. He was a thinker when he played as well as a midfielder, so he kind of understands the game and the way the game is supposed to be played. Like you said, he's just tactically beautiful. He has these players believing that they can do it. Plus, they have a Frimpong on the right side. I'm a Frimpong, so of course, if you have a Frimpong, you're always doing something right. So he just has all these players playing well. I just think right now, as we speak, they just have to, like you said, Bayern is one of those teams that's been there. They've been there, done that. They've won the league so many times, so it's not something new for them. All the players on the team, even the coach, even Tuchel has been in a like. This is something they've done. They understand how this works. They are basically a machine. They just go and go and go. So I believe that if they can just one game at a time, forget the noise, just one game at a time, because of the way they play, they're always a threat to score. It's just the way they play. If you watch them play, they're always a threat to score. They're not one of those teams that maybe they'll score because they're playing counter. No, they don't play on the back foot. They play on the front foot. They have players on the wide wings going forward. Their right backs, their right wings, their right wing backs are always pushing forward, bombing forward. So the way they play, beautiful tactically speaking, beautiful tactical game. Just a beautiful game. of actually wanting to score the goal instead of not wanting to defend. Oh, Chelsea, you need to, this is something we need to learn. He's a coach that wants to score the game. The game is about goals. Score the goal. He plays in the game where he makes his play, and I think just around just to kind of tidbit around the world. If you watch the teams that actually go forward, the players love playing in the game like that, right? Because we're constantly trying to be a threat to score a goal. Therefore, there's a lot of players. Obviously, everybody wants to score. It's just more energy to the team. Instead of sitting back, consistently having the other team have the ball, and then you're waiting for them to make a mistake, it's just not a way to play. Alonso is doing it right. He's the man of the hour. He's going to be the hottest ticket on the block when the season ends. I know we heard the news about Klopp leaving, so there's a link that obviously he played for Liverpool, so that may be a basically a swap for swap. I hope that doesn't happen. I really, really do. I hope that he wins the Bundesliga, which I think he can if he just focuses on one game at a time. No injuries, one game at a time. I believe that they can shock the Giants, which will be funny because Harry Kane has never won a trophy in his life, and he's at Bayern Munich, in which they always win trophies. And if he goes there the first year and they don't win a trophy, I'm pretty sure they will kick him out of Germany because Bayern Munich always wins a trophy. And since he's been there, they haven't won anything. So this will be hilarious. It will be a funny story, but Coach Alonso is doing a hell of a job. I mean, he's probably the best coach, just in terms of not overall. I'm just saying, best coaching job of the year. That's what I want to say. He's done the
One of
best
the best.
coaching. Yes, best coaching job of the year. Being in the game not so long. He's not a veteran in the game. He just came back. He just came into the game, innovated the game the way he saw it when he played the game. Has his players believing, and then they're getting results. I believe obviously it's a two-man race. I believe they can do it if they can just, like I said, barring no injuries, and then just shutting out the noise. Because right now, what's happening is because Jurgen Klopp is leaving, there's a lot of noise around him now. They're asking him questions that are not having to do with Bayer Leverkusen. That can take a toll on somebody. Are you going to take the Liverpool job? Are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So if they can all shut out the noise, all the players, all the coaches, I believe they can do it. But like I said, Bayern is a machine. They just keep it. This is what they do. They keep it moving. They keep it moving. But if my honest opinion, I believe that Leverkusen will pull it off because he has these players playing in a certain way that is just an energetic. It's a fun way to go, and they always believe they can score because of the way that they play the game. So I believe that Bayern Leverkusen will finally do it and finally win the Bundesliga, leaving Harry Kane trophyless yet again.
Thank you, Kevin. Yes, it happened before. Once upon a time in all the way South Africa, there was this player called I've forgotten the name. He was skillful player, and he was too much. Everywhere he goes, he does not win, but there's always a first time. Hurricane is still banging in the goals, and one day you never know. Maybe it is going to be his season. And Alonso, personally, I think he's eyeing the Liverpool job. He was a legend at the club, and of course the Real Madrid job. So I mean, both these two teams, he can make it. But just with Chelsea and Manchester, now when he goes, that personally think M1. Fifi, what do you think?
So you guys can hear my laughter. First of all, we don't want Alonso. First of all, he's not a proven he's not a proven coach. My biggest surprise about Alonso is how he's able to play the game with Xhaka and Palacio in that double pivot in the midfield. I think that that 3-4-2-1 formation, like Kevin was saying, it's a very midfield heavy, fast wing attacking formation. We have to look for a new star that's coming up, Florian Witz, if I'm mentioning his name wrong. That is a playmaker. If anything, I would say that if Manchester, if we have enough money, we should probably go and pick him up so that we can have him instead of rushing to go and pick, what's his name? The kid from Barcelona. that Florian Wirtz is like a Bruno, but a more faster and more technical Bruno Fernandes. But to respect Alonso, I mean, all he's doing is just crowding the midfield. Crowd the midfield, attack with fast wingers, and then defend in numbers. At the end of the day, everybody's still playing the same formation that I think Alonso picked up his formation from Pep Guardiola. That's kind of like what he's doing, where he has Witz as the playmaker. He has a number 9, and he has 2 fast wingers in Hoffman and then Frimpong kind of helps in that little thing. But the center of the pitch is where he is focused. That hey, I feel like my midfielders can outplay and outwork you, and no better player than the Arsenal reject, Granit Xhaka, being that old and being with the way he is, you know, being able to control that midfield with Grimaldo, Palacio, and then Frimpong. That's impressive. But at the end of the day, he hasn't proven himself. Xabi Alonso is doing something great, but just like how, unless he does a Jurgen Klopp and actually wins the Bundesliga, just like how they all start, they start hot and then they fall apart as soon as Bayern Munich comes in. So I think I'll be singing Xavi's praise until I see him really beat Bayern Munich and beat Tuchel at his own game. But for now, if Chelsea wants to pick him up, they should go and take him. The same thing they did with Potter. Just because they've won a few games, hey, Chelsea, they should go and pick him up. Because I like to see Chelsea in mediocrity. But at the end of the day, I think Alonso's, game, his defensive priorities and how he's mixing attack with defense. Basically, we attack with 5, we defend with 5. At the end of the day, like someone said, there's only 11 people on the field. You take the goalkeeper out, there's only 10. So how can you, put your players in such a way where I can have more players than you when I'm attacking, or I can have more players than you when you're coming to attack me? But, I think the trick to his whole thing is packing that midfield and then having those pacey wingers with Frimpong and Grimaldo and having that playmaker with Wirtz and in that middle, and then having the bruiser like Boniface to kind of just like harass people in the box. But yeah, he's proven it. But just like how I've seen Xavi also started like that. Xavi Hernandez at Barcelona, it's looking good. It's looking good. Now, right now, look at him. It's not looking good. If anything, Chelsea should go and pick Xavi up. I think at least he's shown that he's going to play that tiki-taka game and try and score a few goals. But that's my intake on that. Xabi Alonso is doing really well. And I think I'll have a more better response to him and really putting him out there and say this is the next upcoming coach if he beats Bayern Munich this weekend. So that's my take on it.
Okay, so Kevin want me to tell you, say, do fear yourself.
Talk your house news, please.
Talk your house matter. And
Yes.
on a more serious note, Alonso has perfected the 3-4-2-1 system to the extent that as soon as they win the ball, you see 10 men behind the ball. They defend as a unit and they attack as a, because if you see how they transition, and if you follow the Bundesliga for so many years, the German Bundesliga is all about long balls. Let it go. 1-2, Granit Xhaka, midfield, Victor Moses. 1-2, that is it. I mean, Boniface. That's it. Biaro, briefly, I know you don't follow the German Bundesliga that much. You think Alonso is doing something good that can make a history for them this season? Briefly. You are mute.
Yeah, I think Alonso is doing a marvelous, a yeoman's job. Looking at the style of play, it's like the multi-system of Samade.
Yes.
Yes. Where they attack
95.
and they fall back to defend. And when they continue like this, I'm sure they're going to give Bayern Munich a run for their money. And I don't want Hurricane not to win anything. I want him to win something for all the games that he's played in
something to show.
something to show that he's also something. So my prayer is that they win the game, but I know they're gonna be given a run for their money. That's my take.
Pierrot said yes, he hopes Hurricane wins something. And the player I was talking about is Teku Modesi. Yeah, Teku Modesi. He plays for Kaiser Chiefs. He went to Sundowns, and they want to kick him out. They said bad luck, bad luck, bad luck. At the end of the day, he was able to win the PSL with Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. If you just join us, we are discussing about the AFCON, which already discussed, and we're talking about the various fixtures that took place across Europe. We discussed the German Bundesliga, and we are now coming to pick another league and talk about. Kindly comment, like, share, subscribe. Don't enjoy this knowledge yourself. Share to your friends. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link, so that they can also join us and listen to this awesome discussion from myself and this honorable, astute sports lovers. Quickly, let's go to the Serie A. So, Napoli, without Vito Osimhen, they are struggling, but they were able to beat Verona by 2-1. Atalanta beat Lazio. That was shocking to me. Lazio by also 3-1. Then the biggest match of the Serie A, Inter Milan stretched their league. They beat the old ladies. Yes, they beat the old ladies, Juventus, by a long goal. Fifi Serie A, especially, let's focus on the Inter game. Do you think Inter because now I think it's now 2 horse race between Inter Milan and Juve. And what I saw this weekend, I think Inter will run away with it. What do you think?
Like you said, watching the game, it's like, how do you put it? Inter Milan is like that annoying child that is just trying to figure. They found a way. They have a certain play, and I feel like Juventus is just kind of like stuck in their old little ways. But Inter Milan actually took the game to Juventus. Normally, last year, the year before, Juventus was more of like a powerhouse where Inter Milan was kind of like creeping in. But this game was actually like a very intriguing game where, Inter Milan taking it to the opponent, kind of beating them to the ball physical. It was a lot more physical than I thought it would be. It was a lot more physical than I thought it would be. Juventus, I don't know whether they don't have enough firepower or they just they don't feel as dangerous as they used to be. But tactically, I think, of course, Inter Milan's normal packed the midfield. They also have that similar play where they have the 3-4-2-1 formation where they also attack with their midfield. You have the crazy, what's his like, Honolulu, or that little midfielder with, of course, Martinez. And, so at the end of the day, it was kind of like, it was a tussle between the two teams. It was a tough battle, but Inter Milan kind of squeaked it, and they found a way to really get that win. Does it change the perspective that Inter Milan is better than Juventus? I don't think so. At the end of the day, I think Juventus has players. I think that in this game, they're a little bit more pragmatic and they're a little bit more looking to just play Inter Milan at their own game. But I think that at the end of the day, Juventus will pick up a few things, according to my perspective on the game. But good win for Inter Milan. I'm not convinced that they're gonna win the Serie A though. So that's my take on it.
Fifi said he's not convinced that Inter Milan will win the Serie A, but I strongly disagree respectfully because now they've opened a 4-point lead at the top, and they have a 1-game outstanding too. And knowing this Italians and Catanaccio system of playing and how far Inter Milan has come all the way to the UEFA Champions League last season finals, I think they are going to hold it tight. But I mean, this is the Serie A. Anything can happen at the end of the season. Juventus can spring a surprise, or maybe you never know. AC Milan can leapfrog all of them. Vero, you think this season is going to be for Inter Milan? There you are on mute.
Whilst he's working on that, let me touch on one thing. The reason why I think Inter will drop a few points, Dasilva, is because of the Roma game. Because Roma won 4-0. So that's why there are some fixtures in there that will drop. Back to you, Vito.
Yeah, so I think Inter Milan might. I mean, they have some heap to climb, but eventually, I'm sure they're going to carry the day. They might win the league this time.
Okay, Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think.
Inter Milan, are they flying high? Judging from the results, 4 points lead have been open at the top with the game astounding.
Yeah, with a 4-point lead with a game in hand, I think any points from that game will be a kind of a momentum, like a big momentum step for them. I just think that based on how they're playing and based on the teams that are behind them, I think they're the ones that's most consistent. And I think that's, in terms of the Serie A, I think that's what's pretty much going to win it. It's just being consistent. Like I said, I think a lot of these teams, in terms of Juventus, has been one of the teams that has been dominating the Serie A for like decades. I mean, they have been the name, but I think they're trying to change the way they are in terms of a fabric. Every team has a nature they play with. Every team has their DNA, so to speak. Even countries have their DNA, and I think that they're shying away from their DNA, trying to be more progressive. Play that offensive, free flowing game. And I think that as a Juventus, if you're a Juventus fan, when Juventus was having success, they were solid defensively, extremely solid. If you're going to score, you might lose an arm before you score a goal against them. And then they have some players that can make some plays on the front. I think that they're kind of shying away from that, having more skilled players on the field, which makes them not as consistent. I think Inter has the same core, and they've been playing the same way. And I think with their consistent play, and just like I said, the game in hand is very important. If they can get some points from the game in hand, I think that gives them the best odds of winning the league.
Thank you very much, Kevin. La Liga is our next destination. Barcelona, struggling. Barcelona, they went ahead to beat Alaves by 3-1. Celta Vigo went all the way to Osasuna and walloped them by 3-0. Real Betis and Getafe settled for a 1-1 pulsating draw. And the Madrid derby, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, the old man versus the man in black, Ancelotti and Diego Simeone, ended in a statement 1-1 draw. Kevin, La Liga, is it going to be a nice farewell for Carlo Ancelotti to win the title before he leaves Real Madrid, or you think there will be a surprise? And quickly, Madrid is sitting on top because Girona dropped a point with only 2 points. It's 58 to Madrid and 56 to Girona, and Barcelona has 50 points. Kevin, what do you think? What did you first? How did you see them against Atletico Madrid yesterday, and the current standing of the league table? What do you think will transpire at the end of the season?
I think against Madrid, there were spots in the moment where they were showing their true quality as a team, the players that they have. Obviously, Vinny was on the bench, but there were spots and moments in the game where I'm like, this Madrid team is really good. And then there's spots and moments where, for example, Mendy losing the ball. But it's just they have a lot of youth in the back line, which makes them vulnerable. Their defense is very young. They have two older players in playing center backs that are usually not center backs. So I think their injury concerns their injuries is a concern for me because their center backs are not really center backs. And for center back, we need the height. They're very susceptible on set pieces because they don't have height in the back. I think Bellingham might be the tallest player on the field. Yeah, I think yesterday for them, Bellingham was the tallest player on the team. Yeah, because Rudiger wasn't playing, Melito was not playing, Alaba was not playing. I think it was Nacho and Carvajal. Those are two naturally right backs and left backs. That would be an issue unless they get those players back. Mendy is a very talented player, but he's a very offensive-minded left back, and he takes a lot of risks in terms of doing skills in his opposition. He takes a lot of risks. So, with that being said, I think they played a good game. Atletico played the. I mean, they surprised me because Atletico is known. Simeone is known for, hey, we just gonna sit back, all set 11 men stand in the pool, and then if one of them miss out, then we run up there and then we score one goal. We come back in the pool, like that's what he's known for, packing the bus 2.0. But with Atletico Madrid, they were playing very well. They played absolutely well. They had a goal that was disallowed because of Saul being offside. That was, like you said, they could have easily scored twice, 2 goals in this game and won the game easily.
Right.
Right. So in terms of Madrid, this being a done deal, I'm not too sure because they're trying to get little nicks, and people are getting hurt here and there. Vinicius is a great player, but you can get under his skin, because they're just taunting him. Like there's just a lot of things. But the problem is Girona is the team that's behind them, and I think if that's the case, they'll win it because Girona's lack of experience. But if they had,
Experience.
yeah,
Yep.
if they had
Yep.
Atletico or Barcelona behind them, I would be a lot more worried. So we'll see what happens with Barcelona. I think they're the closest one. If Xavi can start stringing results and getting consistent results, they may be able to put some pressure on them because Real Madrid is having a lot of injuries right now. And they're having injuries on the back line. Milito, Alaba, Rudiger. These injuries are big because now they don't really have any defenders. So that's the problem I see with Real Madrid. Obviously, they can score with the best of them, but in football, you also have to defend. Their number one goalkeeper is gone. Number two goalkeeper is gone. Their number one center back, number two center back, number three center back, they're all gone. Like this, these are injuries. I know Ancelotti is the magic man, but eventually these injuries tend to catch up. They also have to play the UCL. They also have the international break. These players are going to play for their countries. So there's a lot of factors that can happen between now and the end of the season. But for now, I think they have the edge because every team behind them is also not consistent. So if all of you are not consistent, and who is ever is at top, I think is the one that has the edge. So for now, I think Real Madrid has an edge, but I think that they're on notice. That's what I'll say. They're on notice because Atletico could have easily beat them, easily, easily. They just they had some unlucky things here and there that kind of didn't go in their favor. But I think Atletico could have beat them. They did play a good game as well. They deserve a point. They both did. But going forward, because of their injuries and their inexperience in the back, I think this could cause some issues. But we'll see. But for now, I think that they are the best team in La Liga. So with that being said, I think they have the best chance of winning the title. But they're on notice. So.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Yes, as Kevin said it all. Yes, when you look at the team behind them, Real Madrid is kind of, knowing the history of the La Liga, they may or they may not win because with Girona, I don't think they are up there, but you never know what will happen. Maybe personally, I think when you say experience, then I'll give it to Ancelotti, but the injuries are too much. And unfortunately for them, they are in every tournament. They are still, I think they are still in the Copa del Rey. They are still in the UEFA Champions League. They are still playing the league. And national team duties to also come in. So see, Fifi. Now we just had some results coming in last weekend from La Liga. What are your take about yesterday's match between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid? And do you think Ancelotti is still going to hold tight to the top spot and run away with it with 2 points lead over Girona?
I mean, let's analyze the game. And I mean, the way Kevin saw the game, that's not how I saw the game. Real Madrid controlled the whole game. The whole game was controlled by Real Madrid. Of course, Simeone is like, what's it called? Mourinho 2.0. It's Mourinho's little brother. But Real Madrid had possession, even with their team depleted like they are, like Kevin said, they still controlled the whole game. It was just an unfortunate last minute. Yes, a goal disallowed by Raul, and an unfortunate last minute goal in the 94th minute. So now we're saying Real Madrid can play. or Real Madrid is gonna falter, it's Ancelotti. I'm not worried about yesterday's fixture. They're gonna win the La Liga. Now, my intake will change because next fixture, which is February 10th, this Saturday, they'll play Girona. You guys are saying inexperience. There's one thing I've learned in life: inexperience and hunger. Somebody who's hungry to win something is a lot more dangerous than an experienced person. So I would say my intake on the Atletico Madrid game, Real Madrid controlled the whole game. It's just an unfortunate goal. It's a very, very unfortunate goal. Atletico Madrid did not do anything in that game. Not one thing. If you look at the stats, the ball possession, the shots on goal, Real Madrid dominated the whole game from top to bottom, from everything that had to do with the game. If you look at the stats and you say, okay, predict the scores, you say, oh, it's either 2-0 or 3-0 because Real Madrid controlled the whole game. It's just a last minute goal that I
So
mean,
I
even
don't
watching the goal was even annoying. It was
I
like,
don't I don't want to interrupt you, but
mhm.
Atletico is a team that does not they don't need the ball. They're a team that sits back and wait for you to make a mistake.
Yeah,
That's what
they
they
play,
do.
they play on
So
counter attack.
you can have possession. For example, Barcelona, they control possession in almost every single game. They still drop points. So
Uh-huh.
when you say control the game, just because you have the ball doesn't mean you're controlling the game. I agree. In moments, they went forward and they were playing. They showed their quality on as offensive players, but defensively, they were abysmal. They were horrible defensively.
Let's okay. And
It's just the fact that Atletico is not a team that goes forward. They just wait for you to make a mistake. But defensively, they were abysmal. I mean, Mendy's giving the ball away. Nacho and Carvajal are too short in terms of set pieces. They're losing every set piece. It's just things in football. Sometimes you just don't score a goal. We've watched plenty of games where I'm like, this team deserves to win, but they don't win. It's just that's how the game goes. But if you watch the game, in terms of possession, Atletico did not care about possession. All they are is be effective when we get the ball. When we get the ball out, how effective are we in front of goal? And for that game, they were not as effective. They scored a goal, it was disallowed, and then from there, like you said, Real Madrid has the ball. They're playing the ball side to side. They were trying to get the ball over to Bellingham here and there. I mean, that's what the game was. But if you say control, of course, but that's not the game that
but
Atletico plays. That's
what
what
Okay,
I'm
so let me jump in. So to back what Kevin is saying, right? And knowing Diego Simeone, I personally think he just he just did what he just cut Ancelotti short. He just didn't allow Ancelotti to play because look at the stuff.
mhm.
At Madrid, Real Madrid had 17 shots, right? 17, which means they
Yep.
kept on playing. And Atletico Madrid had 8 shots. But look, shot on target. Madrid had 4, then Atletico Madrid had 5. Now, corner kicks, Madrid had 2. Atletico Madrid had 8. So that you see, if you know, I think we should give Diego Simeone the credit. He came with, and it. If you watch this game, it has always been the same pattern. I'll sit back, you make a mistake, I counter attack. What is his name? Is it Kiko or something? To Griezmann, Morata, then we come back. That is their nature. So they came to Banaba like, okay, we will give you the possession, but we are not going away without at least the much needed point. So it was anticipated that of course they will get the possession. But at the end of the day, I think watching it, I kept on saying to myself, wow, Ancelotti is doing everything, but Diego Simeone had a master plan, a master key that I'll let them throw anything. I mean, of course, you need luck too, but I will punish them as yeah, it was a lucky goal that just came in. But trust me, the whole game, Ancelotti came with a very well rehearsed. I mean, sorry, Simeone came with a well rehearsed strategy, and that helped Atletico Madrid on the night. That's what I think.
Yeah, and if we can pull this up next time, let's look at the record when Atletico Madrid scores first. If they score first, maybe we can find it. What is their record when they score first? They usually score more than one because they are already defensively countering you. If they score first, the team now has to come forward even more, which plays directly into their hands. That's why Real Madrid always struggles with Atletico, because they are willing to make you have the ball. You can have it, but if you make a mistake, we will punish you, because we have Griezmann, Morata, and if Memphis is playing, we have players that understand the way we play, and we will punish you on every single break. So when you watch Atletico play, don't look at possession. Like that's not what they do.
So wait,
Possession play. They want set pieces and break. They want to break on you in set pieces. That's how they want to score on you. They've always played the same.
let me add my
Right.
input so that the girl can
Yeah,
speak.
Fifi, go ahead. Fifi, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you.
Like, so what? Now we're afraid of Morata and what's his name? Come on, like, look, it was a lucky goal. Atletico Madrid had no any like.
So wait, was Real Madrid's goal lucky?
Real Madrid's goal was a good goal.
No, it wasn't.
Offside.
Did you watch the goal?
Yes.
The
There was
defender
no
blocked
offside.
it. The defender blocked it. He wanted to pass it to Bellingham. He read it. Koke read it. He blocked it. It just went to Vasquez. We went to Wade, and then he just literally. If you watch
Only
the
a
goal,
goal, but you can't
Koke
tell me
caught
that-
the. No,
Yeah.
Koke read it. He read the pass perfectly. It's just the rebound went to Real Madrid's player, and then he kicked it in. If you
Right.
see the goal,
At the end of the day,
Koke read it.
if you
It's-
look at the build-up to the goal, the fact that build-up to the goal is what is important. Was there a pattern of play? There was a pattern of play, like Dasilva is saying. There was a pattern of play that led, whether Koke hit Koke's leg or anything, at least that guy was at the right place at the right time.
See, if you say that, then
And
Chelsea
then
should be
Brahim
winning the
was
league.
Brahim,
If you say that, Chelsea should be winning the league.
Brahim is also was at the right place at the right time.
No.
Atletico Madrid's goal was buga goal. It wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay.
When do they score?
Okay, now. See, let's ceasefire. Okay, the studio is getting heated and heated and heated. Yeah, and I love it. But before I go to Biero, Fifi, one thing that I think we all have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Before the game, I was like, how is the game going to play? And Kevin, we will put that thing one time, but I think the most painful one was the UEFA Champions League. Atletico scored first. They thought, oh, it's gone. Out of nowhere, Sergio Ramos header, time. And he went to extra time and he went to penalties. So that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, if you study Diego Simeone, it is not about Pep Guardiola. It's not about Xavi. That let's play, knock the ball around. He will give you the possession, but he will punish you. He will not give you the nice soccer. It's like when Mourinho came to Chelsea, I think the second win or something. He asked them, is it about nice flamboyant soccer or you want the results? So that is how Diego Simeone sets up his team. So when he is coming, forget about flamboyant soccer. And especially when it is not at his home ground, forget. He knows it. He's a derby game. I am going to park the bus, unleash on them when they make entrance. He has the men to do it. But he comes with a very rehearsed. When they lose the ball, look, from the right, he will transition. When they attack, you see the fall back. As soon as they lose the ball, it tends to fight back, and nobody will be after the center, like even Griezmann. Everybody will have 10 men defending the ball. So yes, it was expected. Madrid will control the game, but he will not allow you to win. That is Diego Simeone for you. Of course, I think head-to-head, Madrid has won more. I think it's on top of my back. Kevin, we will do that assignment and let you know. Vero, what do you think about the Madrid derby that went on yesterday? And do you think with 2 points lead, Madrid are they going to run away with the Serie A? La Liga this season?
To me, it's too close to call because
Okay.
2 points is not wide enough. So anything can happen because if you look at the table, Girona is tagging them, and if they lose the next match and they win, they'll be up on the table. So at this point, having that many injuries behind them is going to be a tough time for them. They might have to dig deep into their reserve and see how they can shuffle players around. Considering they have a lot of other features tournament to play, they might need to rest the players enough, so that they don't get worse, especially in terms of the the injury problem. If they can, help the players to rest enough, which I think it will be difficult, especially since they have to overuse them because they have injuries, a list of injuries players who are yet to come back. So looking at the two, it will be difficult for them to win the league. But if they put their acts together, they should be able to do something. But at this time, it's not like they're about 6 or 7 uh this thing point clear of the table. So there's still any is at this point is anybody's a game. Anybody can win.
I think I agree with Biero at this point because 2 points, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. US, you still watching Sports Chat with Dasilva? Live on Richmond TV. Comment, like, share, and most importantly, please subscribe. Now let's zoom straight into the EPL. So let me give you some results. Manchester United beat West Ham by 3 goals to nothing. It wasn't expected. Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth settled for a 1-1 draw. Chelsea and Wolves. Chelsea sat home and they were wallowed by 4 goals to 2 by Wolves. Arsenal, of course, as I said on this program last week, is a must, and I declare here, I sat here and told all our viewers that it is a must win, and Arsenal rose up to the occasion and they made it happen. And yeah, before we were coming to street, Manchester City also beat Brentford. Brentford took the lead in the first half. At the dying embers of the first half, Foden equalized in the second half. Manchester City went all the way to win it, I think, by 3 goals to 1. So the English Premier League. Let's put a hold on the Chelsea and Arsenal match and talk a little bit about the Bournemouth and the Nottingham Forest. I think it was a fair result. What do you think? Bournemouth won, Nottingham Forest won. Biero, what do you think? It was a fair result, right? Briefly.
Yeah, it was a fair result because they both did well. They came out to play a beautiful game. So I think they both deserve a point at peace.
Okay. What do you think, Kevin? Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth.
I think it's the same. You got 2 teams that have similar play styles. They usually cancel out. So, yeah, I think 1-1 is a fair result, to be honest.
Okay, Fifi.
Chai. That game is like watching it's like a relegation fight happening. Bournemouth, I didn't think the red card was necessary. Now, we need to, I don't know when you're going to address this, but we need to have like a show where we can actually understand what the VAR is supposed to do, understand what is a red card and what is not. That was a Bournemouth game from A to Z. That red card ruined the whole thing. Nottingham Forest are doing well, but I think the game should have gone to Bournemouth. But hey, they squeaked out a draw. Both teams cheated. But at the end of the day, that red card ruined the whole thing for the whole team. So that's my take on it. Based on the highlight, Bournemouth was a better team. But the red card ruined everything.
I think producer, what Fifi said. So kindly make a note. I think I have to invite Refilio to come and educate us on the VAR and the changes that has happened to the game. So
causing points.
Yeah, I will arrange that, and producer will make some calls, and we'll have that discussion on Richmond TV. Now, Manchester United 3, West Ham 0. Kudus failed to come to the party. Honestly, I was a little bit surprised. I'm like, oh, is this United playing? No wonder someone who decided not to wear the jersey, and then they were putting jersey in that game because of match 3. Manchester United 3. Biero, what are did you expect this result? And what did they do something special? And listen, 1, did you expect this result? 2, did they do something special? 3, is it heat nabana? Heat baba, heat nabana.
Bureau,
let's go.
Bureau,
You know, I mean, Manchester United, as usual, they make the most noise. They make the most noise,
Are you
Kasapa.
sure?
All
More
talk.
than just Chelsea?
Yeah, they make a whole lot of noise. They have a whole lot of accolades. The Red Devils, and anytime they lose a match, it's like they behave like Otoko. You see them ranting on
again,
online. So I'm I never support them. I'm always against. I mean, I just want to be honest. I never support the Red Devils, Manchester United. I'm always happy when they are scored.
Hey,
Because of one person, Giro. Because of Giro, I don't like Manchester United. So I was praying that they will be beaten, but but they played the game. I think they deserved the win. Garnacho was superb. The defender, what's the name? The Argentina guy. I think he's injured now. They did well. They did well. I mean, they played, they came, they were willing to win. And so I'll give them the props for that. They for the first time. And I think this is the second goal for the gentleman they signed. The German guy, Rasmus.
Is it Holia or something?
Rasmus, yeah.
Holland.
I think
Holland.
His name is Hoyland.
Holland.
Rasmus.
He's called Holland.
He's Denmark.
No, it's Hoyland.
It's Hoyland, right?
Yeah.
That's because I said Rasmus. Oh, Rasmus.
Yeah, bro. The guy who scored.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the guy scored. So after paying so much for him, I think you are now beginning to get something, for initially we thought it was just a waste of money, but if he's beginning to give you 1 or 2, 3 points, I think you are getting there. But don't dream about winning the league. Manchester is going to take another 10 years, maybe more, for you to win a trophy. And we heard your facilities are in a deplorable state. And
okay, now I think Biero is now doing the games very, very well. He wants to dive in every corner, from dressing room, from pitch, from everywhere. Biero, thank you for your submission. Kevin, now, did you expect that result? Did they do something special? Or you think now Ten Hag is gradually understanding, or he's now come to the party? And before that, I'm happy about is it you said Rasmus who Holland or who whatever? I'm happy for him. He has started scoring, which is good for the team. He's now scoring. He's provided assists, which is very good for the team. Kevin, so now let's go.
In terms of results, no, I did not expect a result. But being honest, as an honest football fan, I expected them to win the game, but not the way they won the game. I don't blame Kudus. Kudus has gone to Ghana and they have tainted him, so he needs to come and wash all of it off before he can start performing again. Ghana has sucked off all his energy, so that's why he couldn't. And then the audacity of the small boys to do Kudus celebration. You can't come and do Kudus celebration when you score a goal. Respect yourself, please. But to be honest, Manchester United is a team that, like you said, they have, when Martinez was playing, they have a common presence. When you have certain players involved, they actually have the piece, because if you watch them play out, they are a hybrid counter team. That's how they play. They go on a run. They want to run at you. They don't want to build up the play. They want a broken play in which they can find Bruno, and Bruno can find those passes to those fast, wingy players. So that's kind of how they play. It's just usually they're playing teams that are not willing to play. So if you notice, when they play good teams, they do well. When they play bad teams, they do bad, because the bad teams are not coming out to play. So they don't have those opportunities to break. So if you don't have the opportunities to break it, you have to break the team down, and that's the issue that comes with Manchester United when they're playing small teams. Now, Manchester United fans, I want to address you people. When you win one game, don't come on social media and wear your jersey and act like you won the Super Bowl.
We've won 2 games in a row.
Respect yourself.
2 games in a row.
You people are living off Sir Alex Ferguson now. He
Please.
was 1977. Well, the last time Manchester you won the league, were you even able to drink?
Yes. Please, 2
Were
games.
you able to drink?
Please, 2 games in a row.
2 games. Wow, look at this. A team is celebrating that they won 2 games in a row. Look at this. There's 38 games.
Who Chelsea?
Oh no, maybe the other day, we are going to leave that for later. But I'm just trying to address you people, because you are not close to the top either. You are closer to us than you are closer to them.
Hey, don't compare us. Don't compare us.
Listen, if you are not first, you are last. Very simple. We are all last. If you are not first,
Okay, yes. When you see viewers, you see how Biero is laughing. Viewers, you see how Biero is laughing. Yes, that is it. Watch it very carefully. Even though Kevin doesn't have his jersey on, Kevin is a strong Chelsea fan, and you already know Chelsea and who? Manchester United from Mourinho, Alex Ferguson days. They always neck to neck. Yeah, they always want to compare themselves. But you see, today, I'm surprised. Chelsea is not going on well, and Manchester is not going all that well. But they find a way to laugh at them. And trust me, next week, if the table turns, so when it comes to these two teams in the middle, they know how to deal with themselves. Yes. You see, today, Kelvin acting like he's kind of preaching. We will not sleep in this world. The same goes to Manchester United fans. That is how they are. But the Arsenal fans, we just understand the game. We understand the game. Heartbroken, broken hearts. Yeah, just so we are not rushing. Even if we don't win this season, no, we know ourselves. Anyway, that was just by the way. Let's quickly zoom. Fifi, your intake on the game. Was it the result that you
were? My intake.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so honestly, West Ham came and they were very naive. They thought we were wounded. We're a bit confident. The game itself, we're still a fragile team. We are probably 3 wins away from being Chelsea right now. Chelsea is useless. A relegation battle. As for them, that's just what they're dealing with. But West Ham came in very naive. The reason why I say they came in very naive is because of the formation they came with. They figured that, hey, you know what? Let's basically attack them with Kudus, Bowen, a little fast winger, rather than hold it and then basically hold. West Ham never attacks. They were attacking. All right, hey, wait, you guys, you still have to remember, this is Old Trafford, and this is how we play. They came out.
I know that's right.
Exactly, and we punished them. They were naive. At the end of the day, they were very naive, because when you look at the stats, they had 22 shots on goal. Only 3 was on target. You know what I mean? We had 12. We it was like a game where we're playing scared, but we're because we know ourselves. When we scored the first goal, West Ham, if what's that name? Johnson guy had put that goal away, and we will lose the game. That's where we are. We are a fragile, confident, fragile team, but we gained a little confidence from the last game. Licha is everything. Licha gave us that stability in the back that we needed. By the end of the game, West Ham came naive. We were lucky. We got our first goal. We sustained the blow that West Ham brought to us. And then we as soon as we scored the second goal, we got too confident. And then West Ham has to chase the game. Now you've taken West Ham out of the game. And the good thing is, we were able to control Kudus. At the end of the day, Kudus and Bowen were the issue I was very worried about. But of course, we didn't come at Kudus and attack him or anything like that. What we did was we basically had our left back, what's his name? Oh, Shaw. It was yo, relax. Don't go at this guy, because Kudus is the main issue here. So At the end of the day, West Ham was naive. They thought, oh, okay, we're better than at the end of the day, you're not better. Don't come after us. Play your game and you will beat us. But like I said, like Kevin said, at the end of the day, we're still fragile team. We're 3 wins away from being Chelsea. And we are not looking to win the league right now, Bureau. Listen.
Masa,
Listen,
you
what we are
mentioning Chelsea's team. I don't understand why I keep
Kevin, let him finish. Kevin, let him finish.
What we are willing to do is see Liverpool come to mediocrity. I mean, their coach is gone. So that's also 10 years that they'll come back to earth. Now, Chelsea has to fire. Me, that's what I'm waiting for. That other team in red. Chelsea, and for more I swear, Chelsea, you won't win anything. You've destroyed the whole dynasty. Is that Liverpool up there? That Liverpool coaching record. Next year, they'll 10 years of mediocrity. Pep will leave after he finds out that 115 sanctions will hit them. Then he will go. Then now we'll come back. Manchester United will be the one win. That's the more Arsenal that you won't win anything. More win this shit that. But at the end of the day, West Ham was naive. Manchester United took advantage of it. Our young boys showed up. We did the Kudus celebration. Next time, Kudus, go and wear better. Celebration. And next time, go and talk before the game. Or come pass yourself before the game. That's why the boys did that celebration. If you want to know, go and look at what Kudus said before he played the game. That's why we did the celebration. But it's still shaky, but that's it.
So let me correct something. If you follow this young star, Garnacho, right? So for instance, I don't know what the Argentine national team, those is Argentina, what they want from this boy. He always want to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, right? So Di Maria has even come out that when you score, you have to celebrate like Messi. Anytime he scores, he's done the Ronaldo, he's done anything Ronaldo when you look at the way he celebrates. So I'm like, why are they giving this boy that pressure? When you score, you can choose to celebrate. So maybe when he scored a goal, he decided to do the what is it? The kudos instead of doing the Messi, because Argentina, they are on his neck that he should celebrate like Messi, which doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, such things make the game so interesting. Chelsea 2, Wolves 4. Pochettino. I was reading an article. Someone was like, the earlier the better. If he doesn't go, the ship will keep on sinking. Kevin, briefly, did you expect this result at the Stamford Bridge yesterday? I mean, on Saturday.
This result, I expected to lose.
Okay.
Never.
No, like your candid opinion, judging from the current state of Chelsea.
I'm genuinely honest. When Chelsea plays a game, I never know if they're going to win or lose. So I just go lose. Because if your expectation is high, they will break it.
They will break it. Okay.
I don't know if we're going to talk about... Listen, we don't have a style.
Okay, go ahead.
I said this earlier before. Every team has a DNA. When we were successful, we had a DNA. We are defensively strong, and then we have skilled players in the right positions to take advantage. We have a 74-year-old Thiago Silva, which is playing very well. Disasi is a refrigerator. He moves like a refrigerator.
I don't think Thiago Silva will be happy about that statement. He's not 74-year-old.
He's not 74, but it's actually a compliment because he's our best defender. He's the oldest outfield player in the entire EPL. And he's playing all these minutes for Chelsea. So I'm giving him the credit that he deserves, that he does not deserve this, to be playing with children that don't understand the basics of being a unit. Disasi speaks French. Thiago Silva speaks French. But I forgot his name because he's been hurt for so long. He speaks French. These players speak French. And you can see Thiago Silva consistently speaking French to them. English, French, Portuguese, whatever language he's trying to communicate. They don't understand. And Disasi he's not the player. Chilwell is not a left back. I'm sorry, he's a left wing back. He wants to go forward. Sometimes he'll come back. But you leave him as a primary defender? No. He's not fast. He's a slow player. He's literally Alonso. We sold Alonso and we got him back again. He's the same player. Like, The same as even Alonso was better at scoring goals. He's the same player. He's weak defensively. Our best defender is always in the ER. Reece James gone. So we have the young kid. He's actually doing very well, but he makes mistakes, giving away penalties when you shouldn't be making that sort of tackle. We have youth in our team, and youth requires a teacher, a leader that can lead these young players that have talent. These players have talent. We need a leader that can lead that. Pochettino is a coach that needs players that are already there. Yeah, PSG, Mbappe, Messi, they are there. I will come and coach, and then we'll win the Farmers League, but we won't win anything else. These are kids. We need an
But
actual leader.
Kevin, let me just cut you for 1 second. Sorry, but you go ahead. But when he came to Hot Spurs, right? He brought in those some people, youngsters that he transformed them very well. You don't think he can, when you guys give him chance, he can transfer and mold these players?
When he came to Spurs, he had Human Song, he had Harry Kane, he had a goalkeeper in Lloris, he had veteran players at Spurs, and even let's just say that he didn't win anything with Spurs. Why would you bring a coach that hasn't won nothing? Zero. I don't understand. But you know what? I blame the United Kingdom as a whole for allowing them to make our most successful owner sell our team because he's friends with somebody that is fighting in another country. How is this possible in the world we live in? He's friends with somebody, so you make him sell the team. So now we sell the team to an American owner that knows nothing about the game of football. He only knows American, not the actual football that we call football. And now he comes in, he's making decisions, buying players because literally I saw Mudryk has one highlight. He dribbled 2 Real Madrid players and he went forward. That's the only highlight he has on YouTube. And we bought him for $100 million. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah. I think that was a bad buy because I think that was because Arsenal were in the position to buy, and you guys just double cross Arsenal, and you went in.
And then we give you Havertz. Okay, you can have Havertz.
You deserve all that.
Yeah, it's no problem. We gave you Havertz. We gave you Jorginho. No problem. We gave you stability. We gave you Jorginho, Mr. Stability. You can have him. And the only best thing we've done is we got Cole Palmer from Man City. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
You see, you people, you've forgotten that you have no idea where that man has passed before Chelsea was winning the Champions League and the league. You know, he took the Agbala away. You don't know.
At the call.
Yeah, these people they don't do Agbala. He carried the Agbala away.
And bro, the UK government, you people should be ashamed of yourself. Seriously. Obi, I'm friends with somebody. Me and Dasilva are friends. Dasilva is fighting with your friend, so you are telling me that I have to sell my team. When can we do this in the world?
So Kevin, I need you to. Yeah, I know it's not easy. Grab some water, take some break. Oh man, today the studio. Hey, if you feel quiet to me. Hey, just.
And you got this Manchester United fans. They be talking because Chelsea. This is what pains my ears. They want to talk because they win 2 games in a row. What are we talking about?
Okay, now let's try and stay on track. Fifi, Kevin, I'll come back to you because there's more questions about Chelsea. Fifi, so the results at Stamford Bridge. Briefly, were you expecting, judging from the current state of Chelsea, from that humiliating at Anfield, what your expectation about the result that they chalked this Saturday?
Let's not forget we played Wolves and we almost drew. Don't play with Wolves. Okay, look, Chelsea is struggling, right? When you look at the stats, like shots on goal 15, shots on target 6, possession 65%. Chelsea had more corners. They were more aggressive. They had more pass accuracy. Wolves is not a very easy team to play. We almost embarrassed ourselves against Wolves. You know what I mean? Yes, the issue with Chelsea, I think the players don't really understand what Pochettino wants to do. Now, maybe Pochettino has lost his touch or his training methods are a bit different. But if you look at the game, Chelsea should have looked at how we played Wolves the following week and should have basically played it the same way. But Poch being Poch, he went into the game controlling the game. Wolves had more shots on target than Chelsea did, which is like, hold up, how you like? As I said, like Wolves basically came in with one agenda. Chelsea's going to make a mistake on possession, and we're just going to attack them like that. And if you watch the game, guess who was making the mistakes? They just let Chelsea make the mistakes, and they pounced on them. Wolves is not an easy team to play. So yes, as much as this is a very disappointing loss, I think that we should kind of give Pochettino like another chance to prove himself again in the next fixture. Because at the end of the day, we almost got exposed by Wolves if it wasn't for our superstars.
Hey, he's sabotaging our team. He wants Pochettino to stay there.
Kobe, man.
Please don't speak for Chelsea.
All right. So Fifi thinks Wolves. Fifi thinks Wolves are not just you cannot just push them over. Biero, what do you think? Oh, Biero, you've already had your thing. Biero, you've already had your turn on the Chelsea game. No. Fifi just made mention about someone.
No.
Oh, okay, Biero. Oh, Biero, go ahead. So now. Yeah. Okay. So Biero, sorry. I am so Biero. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you look at the statistics, you could see that performance-wise, Chelsea did well, but they outplayed Wolves, but just that they didn't take their chances. Looking at the possessions here, Chelsea had 64% of the possession, the ball possession, but what's the point of you having all this possession and you cannot turn into goals? And, so I think that Chelsea's inability to win this game was because the players were not ready to win the match. Because when you look at Wolves, they capitalized on the mistakes that Chelsea made and they scored. And they scored them 4-2. And a team that cost over $1 billion, producing this kind of result is shameful. And I think it's about time.
They scored them 4? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, it's 4-2. It's 4-2.
Chelsea
so
the 4 that we
they scored them 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like you don't know the score,
last week.
Dasilva acting like you don't know the
score. Hold on. Is Kevin saying something?
Your time will come, no problem. This is
Hold on. Now, let's everybody ceasefire. Let's listen to Kevin. Okay, let's Kevin. Kevin is saying something. Kevin.
You people are sitting here. You are asking. Dasilva is asking if they score 4, like he hasn't done his research. You know they scored as 4. You're asking if they score 4. Hey, you people you want to keep laughing?
No problem. So Kevin, Kevin. So Kevin, I know it was 4, right? But I wanted to be sure that Chelsea viewers. This is Chelsea we're talking about. Oh, the Blues.
The Drogba is Chelsea. Michael is Chelsea.
Anyways, Biero, continue.
United fan in the corner. The viewers, watch him. Look at his face. Remember when Liverpool scored them 7-1? Remember, people have taken some scores in this lifetime. I've never seen my team take this amount of scores. But no problem. This is the future we're living in. Yeah, they squalor them.
Kevin, really?
Yeah,
Kevin,
but
no, Kevin, I'm interested. What happened? It's 7-1.
Yeah, I asked them 7-1. In the chance, the fans were chanting,
really?
You are lucky. It should have been 8. And then they will go again. You are lucky. You are lucky. It should have been 9.
Manchester United.
Yeah, the proud Manchester United fans.
You just talk. No. Calvin, are you sure?
Oh, please.
Calvin, are you sure about this 7-1?
Of course, I'm sure. Do some research. Bring up the best.
Producer, it's Kevin right? 7-1, producer, it's Kevin right? 7-1?
Past tense.
Hey!
Yeah, 7-1.
Wow.
You people top 7-1 and
Anyways,
you want to come and talk.
Liverpool
We are
beat them,
in the
7-1.
Top 7-1, you want to come and talk.
We are in the present.
So my producer has passed me a note. Okay, now listen, viewers, my producer has given me a note. He said, I think you should do one show for both Chelsea. He said, both Chelsea and Manchester United. The way forward, are they both sinking together? That producer, are they both sinking together?
They're not.
Oh, we are sinking together. It's like the Titanic. The Titanic. You are just in the top floor. You haven't entered the water yet.
They are landsliding. They are landsliding.
We are all in the water together. It's just we are in it. You are not in it yet. It's the same.
How
thing.
many
We are landsliding together.
Gravity will catch you.
We are
Because
in
these
six.
people,
You guys are
these
11.
people, 1 month ago, you should have seen Fifi. Ten Hag must go. Ten Hag must go. Ten Hag must
Really?
go. Now they beat West Ham. Ten Hag is a genius. Oh, Ten Hag. Oh, Ten Hag.
Oh,
You better hope Kobe Manu stays healthy. Media. To be honest, I'm praying for that kid. He's a very talented player. He's a Ghanaian, and I really, Manchester United has a gem on their hands.
Yeah,
But pray.
that guy is good.
Manchester.
The Manu guy.
Yeah,
he's
Manu's
very
a
good.
very good player. Like
Man,
they have
when
a
you
gem
look
on
at
their
his physiques and the way he's very good
For
on the
his-
ball too.
for his
Like,
age,
he's-
For his age,
Yeah,
he understands the right play at the right time. When to be aggressive, when to be
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
He just knows how to play the game. So
Host,
they
yeah,
have
he's
a
good.
gem.
He's good.
Host, I have a
It's
question.
good.
I have a question. I think we could add this to one of your topics. Will Kobe Manu declare for Ghana or for England?
Listen, let me just say it. Let me just answer it. I've started seeing, and I've been reliably informed that they've started making up. GFA, stay away from him, please.
He's not playing from Ghana.
Go to Ghana and develop your league. Let Kobe Manu be, please.
Let local
Kobe
players
give him the
play.
time. You
Yes.
did the same thing to. That's why I'm looking in my camera. GFA, stay away from Kobe Manu. You did the same thing with Afenejan. You went all the way to Italy. You sat down with Mourinho. Mourinho told you the plans he has for this boy. He said, I'm giving him to you under one condition. Let him play Ghana against Nigeria, but give him minutes, and you just throw. He's now, I think, in Cameroonese or somewhere. Please stay away from Kobe Manu. I don't even want us to go.
That boy, I
don't.
was really
Stay away.
upset that they dropped him. After playing the World Cup
Yes.
to qualify Ghana to the World Cup, and we dropped the boy and we went for Inaki Williams. How?
Can you imagine?
How fair is
And
this?
this same player, Inaki Williams, gives up a goal against Egypt. We get eliminated, and as soon as he goes back to Athletic, he scores 2 goals for them. Listen, these players.
No,
they
Inaki
don't-
Williams, he makes the run, and our defenders don't pass the ball.
This is
Yes.
I'm telling Fifi this. We have a team where we have the way Jordan Ayew. I've told you, every team you see plays with pace. When Jordan gets the ball, he wants to turn around and put his back on the player. Why? Why are you doing that?
All
You're
right.
slowing the pace
All
down.
right.
Bring all these players back in.
All
Oh,
right. I think we will have I think we did this 2 or 3 weeks ago. Enough is enough, right? We did enough is enough, right?
Enough
Already.
Enough is
We've done that, but I think we have to do part 2 because when I see the energy that Kevin is talking with, we will do producer. Let us do enough is enough part 2 on the Black Stars. We will do enough is enough so that because I see Kevin want to throw more fire. The fire no person to cry. The countryman so go crap, countryman so go put and fire.
Hey.
So Kevin, so let's
Tell
talk
me,
before I've been alerted that producer said we are running out of time. Let's talk about the big match that took place so that we can wrap up. Arsenal against Liverpool yesterday. Personally, I think Arteta really came to the party. Arsenal got and oh Lord, I haven't seen Jorginho in his best form yet. Like I'm like, okay. For once, I always criticize Arteta, even though I believe in him. He's building something. But yesterday, Arsenal played as a compact unit. They were this like we wanted this more because I sat here last week and said, if Arsenal don't win this particular game that they won yesterday, then it is 2-horse race. Period. it is 2-horse race. But now that Arsenal has win, I think now it is now a 3-horse race. Let's discuss the match. Fifi, did you watch the match? I want us to focus on Arteta tactics yesterday. How did you see Arteta and his Arsenal yesterday, Fifi?
Yeah, I will applaud you, Arsenal, for the first time. With the bum, I'll give it to you guys. Well done. The tactics was basically, of course, your Shevchenko being your inverted fullback. Basically playing white. So you had like a back three. You had Gabriel. You had your Saliba, and then you had White playing the three. Shevchenko was pushing up and playing the inverted formation, which was the left back in. And then you basically had Martinelli with the pace. For the first time, I actually think that you guys exploited that side because Gakpo was not really playing or pushing back to kind of help Konate on that side. So you guys knew what you guys did was you attacked. It's kind of like you called what's his name Klopp's bluff. You knew that Klopp was going to attack with his what's the right back's name? What's that young guy's name?
Trent Alexander.
Trent Alexander.
What did you do? You were like, I will counter your Trent with Shevchenko. So now you guys were eliminating that side. That's why Martinelli got that one-on-one with Konate. I never knew Martinelli was that far. I didn't know anybody could beat Konate. But when that encounter happened, it made me believe that you guys were ready to play this game. It's like they had told you guys that if you guys don't win this, you guys will not be considered a very dangerous team to go all the way. So he countered Klopp's attacking style with Shevchenko. Now, Salah could have made all the difference on that side. The reason why I say that because then Salah would have made Shevchenko a little bit more careful being inverted and pushing up. But because of how you guys played and because of how he called the bluff, I think it was a good game. Now, the goal, I don't know what Saliba is doing. I don't know what the goalkeeper is doing. That goal is nonsense. When it was 1-1, I was a little bit worried about it. I was very worried about that. I thought you guys would probably go for a draw. You guys would lose or something like that. But at the end of the day,
for the win,
it was just shaky. It was like, Mama, Liverpool is a very weird and dangerous team this year.
Remember, we were in Anfield. We were in Emirates.
We drew with them.
Yeah, it was a well put together game. You guys did a very, very great job calling the game. You called Klopp's bluff, and hey, look, I give you that heads up.
I mean, one thing that I saw was when they made the change, when Alexander Arnold was substituted, I knew this is our game because he was the one who was very dangerous at the time. Playing the long balls into the 80 yards, having the defenders struggling, scrapping here and there to control the ball. So as soon as they took him out, I knew this is our game. This is our game.
Biero said as soon as they took him out, it was our game. Calvin, now, watching the match, last season, we beat them at Emirates. We went to Anfield. We drew 2-2 with them. And this season, we went to Anfield 1-1. We took the lead under 6 minutes, and we beat them again. Watching Arteta, do you think he got Klopp yesterday fully in his pocket, practically?
Well, for this game, I can't say that. Arsenal played well. They were the better team. But with the undermanned Liverpool missing their best player, playing players out of position, playing players that don't normally play, it's hard to say, but that should take nothing away from how Arsenal played. They came out the blocks. They played high up the field, pressed everything, pressured everybody that had the ball. And for the first 10 or 20 minutes, Liverpool, they could not play. They could not get out their half. Arsenal was on them consistently. So Arsenal came out with the game plan to be aggressive, especially with Salah not playing, with Their number 9 on the bench, Nunez on the bench, with Robertson not playing, which was odd. I don't know if Robertson is coming off an injury, but they had Gomez playing the left back, which was a complete disaster against Saka. So Liverpool just were not set up correctly. They just didn't have the right players in place, or they just injury riddled. So they just didn't have the players. But Arsenal came out to play. But here's my problem: with all this positivity, at halftime it was 1-1. And if Allison doesn't come out and make that mistake, are we still having the same conversation we're having today? My problem with Arsenal is against the big teams, except Man City, they come out, they play well, and usually they beat Man U, Liverpool, and Chelsea. They usually beat us. And that they usually but this is a title race, not the game race.
Agreed.
This is one game. Now you have to continue and keep doing this against teams, against games that may not be as highly anticipated, against teams that may be these are the games that you have to win. So now we will see. Like you said, the gap has been closed. It's a 3-horse race now. So let's see. I know that Liverpool has done it before. I've seen them do it. I've seen Pep and Man City do it before. Now let's see if Arteta and Arsenal can do it. They played a great game against a depleted Liverpool team. But still, credit to them. The game is played on the field, and you have to win. They won the game, bringing the title race closer. So here's now the challenge. You are close enough. There's, I don't know, I think 18 or 17 or 16 more games left in the league. Can you go ahead and take it home? This is something that I'm not too sure about, but that's the thing about sports. We're going to find out in these next couple of weeks and months. But in terms of the game, they played well tactically. They were on the front foot. They were aggressive with Liverpool. They pressed everything. They challenged every play, and Liverpool made some mistakes because of that. So congratulations to Arteta. Congratulations to Arsenal on winning the game and making this a more entertaining league, entertaining EPL going down the stretch, because now we have 3 teams in the race, and if all of them 3 teams mess up here and there, somebody else, it could be a 4-team race. So this EPL season has been a very good one, very surprising one, and hopefully we can get some more fireworks going down the line. But congratulations to Arsenal. They played well, but I think from now on they have to prove that they can consistently do this, because I think last year and the season before they were always there, and they kind of fell off right at the end of the season. So now they have to prove that they can go ahead and win it all.
Kevin, like you just said everything. Yes, it is just a match. Yes, and I love that statement. It's just a match. They have to be consistent. They have to push for it and make sure they will push all the way to grab this year's title. And as Arteta, you rightly said, Pep has seen it before, Klopp has seen it before. So let's see if Arteta can do it. And as to if that mistake has not come, I think we will still be having the same conversation, because Liverpool were outplayed, outclassed, and outmastered yesterday. As you said, it's just one game. And I think as I'm happy about Arteta's performance. We beat Man City at the Emirates, and now Liverpool, of course, Manchester for the past 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah, the more and more left, right, center at the Emirates. But quickly, let me just go ahead. So Wadaski said, Spurs, Then Wadaski came back and he said, Red Devils, the best club in the whole world. Hey, Wadaski, when are you coming? Test me backstage. I'll bring you on so that you come and have discussion. And viewers, as you can see, even the current league leaders, as always, we are calm. And the noisemakers are flaunting their jerseys and their emblems. And I mean, of course, Eja Uti was one Akasa. Mr. Blue is quiet in his corner. Oye Ota one corner. But it is well. It is well. Now, Biaro, now we are about to sign up. What is your last words for the viewers and overall everything that took place this weekend?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you, Dasilva, for having me on the Richmond TV. Please share, subscribe, share the link with your contacts. Let them join us as we discuss um, the sports around the world. And also thank you viewers for listening to us and joining in, taking time off your busy schedules to be part of the discussion.
Thank you, Beru. Fifi. Fifi. Oh, do you want me to go? Okay, go ahead.
All right, yo. Once again, yo, thank you so much. Viewers out there, yo, don't forget to subscribe to Richmond TV. As you can see, as you can see, the Silver. He brings nothing but the best people on here to talk about sports. Everybody has something to talk about when it comes to sports. Sports is like part of us. So please subscribe, listen, the Silver on Richmond TV. Share it. Everybody, moon, share, make sure everybody out here listens to it. We come up with great content. You can put your views. You can do whatever. You can also get in touch with the host and tell him, tell him what you think. Because Charlie, we are emotional. We are very emotional fans. So please subscribe and join Richmond TV. I also want to say thank you so much for giving me the platform to be able to talk about my team. Please, if you're there and you're a Chelsea fan and you're in between, come. When you bleed, what is the color? It's not blue, it is red. It is not Chelsea, it's not Arsenal's color, it's a pink, then color not so on. It is red. So if you guys are wishy-washy and not sure what kind of team to support, come. But thank you so much. My name is Fifi Blankson, signing off as a Red Devil.
What are your last words? And viewers, I mean, Kevin has been my panelist of the night. The way he break down his Kevin, big respect. Your last words, Kevin.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you all to viewers. Thank you, Coach, for having me Sports Chat with Dasilva. This man. Subscribe to Richmond TV. Subscribe. Like I said, we're passionate fans. We have a lot to say. We watch the game, and we are here to give our opinions. Trust me, this is just the beginning. You saw the tip of the iceberg. We have a lot of these fans out here that I need to come and correct. Yes, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm wearing black because it's a sad day for us. So I will continue to wear black until they decide to change. They need to call me so I can make changes because for now it's not going well for us. And these people are laughing consistently. We have mediocrity. I can't even say the word middle. If you know what that means, middle teams are laughing at us. But this can't happen. It cannot happen. So subscribe to Richmond TV. We have more heat coming for you, like you said. Thank you again to the host for having us on. Like I said, we're all passionate fans. At the end of the day, we're all friends. This is all fun and games. It's just opinions. We're just here to share our minds. No hard feelings. If we've said anything to offend you or your team, like you said, it's just an opinion. It's all fun and games. Like I said, thank you again for having me on, and I look forward to being on in any future episodes. And like I said, subscribe if you want to see some more heat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. So viewers, tonight we were just doing tidbits around the world of sports, the AFCON, the various leagues, the results of the weekend, German Bundesliga, Italian Serie A, the Spanish La Liga, and of course the English EPL. This is where we come to the end. We draw the curtains on tonight's episode on Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV. Once again, I had Kevin as one of the panelists, a soccer player, and I said he's always lucky because he can keep and he can play at the same time. An astute Chelsea supporter, Bureau, a chief accountant. He's your to-go man during this tax season, a die-hard Arsenal fan, and of course, Fifi Blankson, a proud Manchester United supporter. So, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, this is where we bring the curtains down on tonight's show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. As usual, my name is Dasilva. I see you when you see me. See you later when we bring the next episode. But keep the dial locked on this channel.